Hey guys, it's Bronson from Frets. We are going to walk through your Pleasureway, your Lexor TS today. Take you around the outside, show you around how everything works. Then we'll go on the inside. Make sure you know how this thing works inside and out. Starting on the outside, there's not a whole bunch of features or things that you so much have to do. On the driver's side here, it's pretty much you have your two doors. Obviously your passenger side door, your entry door. We'll just pull a handle, the door will come out. You've got your awning up here with the porch light. I'll show you where the buttons are on the inside for either getting the awning out or turning on the porch light. I'll show you that when we get on the inside. Your first order of business over here is going to be your fresh water tank fill up. So this is where the port is for that. You got your cap that you take off. You can just put a hose right into here, and that is how you're going to fill up your fresh water tank. You're going to want to do this if you're doing any dry camping or anything. If you're going somewhere where you know that you're not going to have pretty much a water hookup. You have a level reader on the inside that'll show how full or empty your tank is, and so you can kind of measure it out from there. You'll need your water pump on to get the water out of this tank, and I'll show you how to turn that on the inside. But again, this is for if you're not going to be hooked up to the water like at a campsite full time. Fill up your tank, turn your water pump on, you'll be able to get your water all through your things there. There's a lock on here. I'll unlock it, but this does have a key lock on it as well that you'll find on your set of keys. If you're hanging out underneath your awning, you do have some outlets under here where you can plug things in. Pretty much does it for the passenger side over here. Coming around the back, you will have a built-in backup camera on this chassis, as well as a hitch receiver down here below. It's got a 7-way plug down there. Over here, you're going to find this is where your propane tank fill-up is at. You've got this all the way on the right side as well. This is a quick connect, so you can do some type of outdoor grill if you want to do, or something that takes a propane quick connect. You can connect it right into there. Yellow cap comes off. Push the tab in, put your quick connect on. You'll make sure your propane line is on, and that will bring the propane out from the tank on the unit into whatever you're using out here. And you're also, the cap over here is where you're going to fill up your propane tank. So let's say your propane's getting empty, you can come to us at Frets or another dealership. Campsites have it. Get your propane tank filled up from there. Again, you'll have a reader on the inside that shows you how much propane you are using. Opening up your back doors here, you'll find your back cargo area. Your lithium-ion batteries are stored back here as well. You do have seat belts on this unit, so these will come up through the sofa in the back, and you'll have your side belts over here that'll come and latch down into them. So I would keep these seat belts under here if you're going to make it to the bed position. But if you do know that you're going to have some folks sitting back here and you want to have them strapped in, you can surely bring those seat belts out. You do have some tools over here as well. That'll be for your wheels and such. Back here, you've got a charge line disconnect. Let's say if you're storing this thing in the winter, you're not going to be using it. You can just turn this charge line. It works like a key. Turn this over and take it out. It's pretty much just for if you're storing it. I would take that out where you don't need it, so it just stops the batteries from doing any type of work or using up any stored over battery in there. Other than that, there's really not much else to see back here in this section. You do have a roll down screen up here. You have a latch here and a latch over here. Once you unclip those, it'll drop down, and you've got a zip on either side. You can just zip them down. When you're done, you can unzip it and roll it back up. You can grab it back into place like you see there. Coming around to the other side over here. You'll find down below, if you're wondering what that exhaust is for, that's going to be for your generator. If you have that running, your exhaust is going to come out from there. You're going to have your fridge and freezer ventilation back here on this side. You're also going to have your Truma Aquago. This is for your water heater. Your furnace exhaust is also here as well. Right now it's a little hot. I have the furnace running. It's cold here in PA. So this will get hot. This is where the exhaust will come out. For your Truma hot water system, you can take this out. All you do is turn this tab. This whole thing you can actually take out. There's little straps that hold it in place. But important to note, you do have a power on switch out here for your Truma system. So right now it's in the up position for power on. If you put this switch into the middle, it's off. But you can also put it all the way down for power on as well. You will need this on in order to get your hot water heater running. Open this up a couple times a year. Make sure it's cleaned out. Nothing is living in here. But like I said, the main important thing is making sure that power switch is on. If you're going to be using the units, if you want to get hot water, if you notice on the inside your water's not getting hot, come out here, make sure this switch is on. You have a switch on the inside as well for turning it on, which I'll show you in a bit. When you're done with that, close it up. Here you'll find your utility center, as it says there. There's a little tab that holds this up into place. First order of business is your propane on and off master switch. So if you're not going to be using the units, if you're just letting it sit somewhere, I'd turn this off. You don't need the propane on at all. But right now, since I have the furnace running, I'm going to have it on. You'll need it on for your furnace, like I said, your water heater, your stove top will use the propane as well. So that switches over to the on position. Here you have your city water connection. If you're at a campsite, they offer you a water hookup. You're going to put your hose into here, it'll tighten on, and you can turn your hose on, get water into the unit. You don't need your water pump on for this. Once you turn the water on, you're good to go. It's already pressurized. You'll have water flowing all throughout your system. That's, like I said, if you're going to be hooked up to water full time. If they offer you a cable, you have that hookup here as well. You have your 30 amp power cord. This is how you're going to get your shore power to the unit. You got a little red LED on here to let you know that you get power in here. But it just goes into here. This little black knob will tighten on, keeps it locked there in place, and plug it into wherever you have your 30 amp going into from there. When you're done, loosen this up, pull it out, and you can store it back around the corner in the back cargo bay like we saw earlier. You do have an outdoor shower, like here. Twist that open. So you got hot and cold water. You got about a 3-foot long hose with a shower head here. You're outside hanging out. You want to wash off your feet, wash some sand off yourself. Dogs, cats, whichever you want to clean off. Some of your toys, you can do that from here as well. That'll lock into place with your key. Coming down below here, you will have your dump station. So you've got a black and gray holding tank on here. Once those start getting full, you're going to want to have them emptied out. So you have your cap here that'll come off. It's hard to see, but over here up on the right side, you will have a sewer hose that's stored into there. And that will go on to your dump here. You just twist it on after you take this cap off. And you see you have 2 handles, your black and your gray. What you're going to do first is you're going to pull out the black handle, just pulls out towards you. That's going to dump out that black holding tank. Once that is done, you can push that back in, and then you're going to pull out your gray, and then that will empty out your gray holding tank. Once that is done, you can take your sewer hose off. You can put your cap back on here, store your sewer hose right back into here. I recommend wearing some gloves for this job. Once that's done, you can lock this door back into place. Opening up your door here, you will have your fuel fill. Just gonna be right there. Pull it from the bottom right corner. Take regular gas. We're gonna pop your hood while we're here as well, actually. That will be... We find a handle for it somewhere. Oh, right here.
Right there.
On this one. And then you're gonna have a tab right here in the middle where you can lift it up, and you can see down in here. Pretty much, you can take this to any, you can take it to a Dodge dealer. You know, if you need any service work done, you'll be able to hand in any of this. But just know that the lever's over there for your engine compartments. Nothing up in the front to see. So we'll hop on the inside and start checking out some features there. All right, stepping up into your coach. First thing we'll look at is you do have a nice screen here as well. Unclip these tabs. The screen will start rolling down. You will have, it's all the way down. You will have zip on either side to bring down. And this side as well. So if it's a nice day out, you want to have your screen out, let some air breeze through, you can certainly do so. What's nice is you also have magnets here on this side so that you can walk right through. You don't have to keep zipping and unzipping each time. They give you the strap so you can latch it up there to the side, keep the bugs out. Just a nice feature to have. Roll this back up when you're done. Once you'll unzip it, roll it back up, and put the 2 straps on again, and that's how you'll get this thing out. I'm gonna hold this to the side here for a second. We're gonna go through your main screen here. This is gonna be your main control panel for this unit, and turning everything on and off pretty much so. So first thing you'll do when you walk into the unit, if you hooked up to shore power, you're gonna hit your battery on. That's gonna turn on this system, turn on everything that you can use. If you're leaving the unit, you're done, you're storing it, you're leaving it for some time to sit, just hit your battery off button. That's going to turn the batteries off, make this unit not in use. You want to make sure you turn it off, because if you don't, it's just going to drain your batteries. Starting off on your home page, first thing on the top left here, you'll find some kind of quick lights that you can do, your entry lights, your porch light, which is up above. Once you hit it, it lights up blue, your lights turn on. It also says lighting page. That'll take you directly to your lighting page. You can do whatever section of lights that you want to do, turn them on and off. There's also a master switch down here to turn them all off or all on, whichever ones that you had previously on. Little house, we'll go back to the home page. Top right, you'll find your tank level reader, your water pump switch as well. So if you've got water inside your system, like I said, if you've had that fresh water tank filled up on the passenger side where you put in the water, you can put on your water pump. That'll light up blue, and you'll be able to get the water out from that tank. Do not turn that switch on if you don't have water in here. You can damage the water pump. As you can see, you've got empty fresh water tank, empty gray, empty black. Once the black and gray are getting full, that's how you know you want to empty them out. And then you can see from here if your fresh water is full, how much you're using on your trip. Propane over here, you're at 87% as well. We're using a little bit right now. These never get filled up all the way. You always got to leave room for it to expand. Bottom left over here, you'll find your climate control center. Right now I have the furnace on and I have my temperature set to 80. So it's Fern, stands for furnace. It's lit up blue, meaning that's on. If I wanted my AC to be running, I would just click AC, set my temperature. It would switch over to the AC and start running from there. The top number up here shows what the temperature is in the unit right now. Bottom number is the desired temperature that you want to get to. Vent is for that thin vent that is up there. If you turn the vent on, that vent will open up. Fan will start running. That's going to draw air out of the unit. It's nice if you have some windows open. You can turn that on. It'll circulate air up through the vent there. You know, on a warmish day, you don't really need the AC on full blast, but you just want to have the fan open. You can do that as well. You can set the fan speed from there. On the right side, you can turn everything off as well. On the right side, you can have the AC or the fan on high or low, or leave it on auto mode, which I suggest. You know, if you have your desired temperature set, it's just going to click on when it needs to, click off when it gets there. Bottom right over here, it's going to be some of your power management. Show you how many volts you have in your batteries, how many amps you might be using. You have your generator start and stop button. All you got to do is hold the button down, your generator is going to start. When do you need your generator? You're going to need your generator if you are dry camping, and pretty much only on this unit for the climate control. Everything can run off the batteries in your inverter, but if you want to use your AC, anything that draws a lot of power, you'll want to turn on your generator just to give it that extra power to be able to run it. You have what's called automatic generator start on this unit. What that means is if you're using the units, you're dry camping, and your batteries are getting low, the generator is automatically going to start itself and charge up those batteries. You do have solar on board as well that'll keep those batteries charged up. So if for some reason you're using a lot of power and it's getting down too low, the generators you click on, start charging up those batteries. It'll run for whatever time you have it set, and it'll click off. Automatic generator start also works for climate control features. If your AC needs to come on, it's too hot in the day, you're dry camping, not hooked up to power, it knows that the AC needs to come on and use that power and bring the temperature down in the unit. So click on the generator, give it that power it needs to click on. To engage this, you hit the AGS button here. It's going to give you 60 seconds. You're going to turn your key up and you're going to start your unit. Once you start the unit, it's going to engage automatic generator start feature. It's going to be lit up blue here. There's a settings tab on here as well. You get settings. It's going to be settings for your automatic generator start feature. Easy setup is really the best way to do it. Starting the generator. When do you want it to start? We're going to want it to start when the house batteries are getting low. So again, if you're dry camping, your batteries are getting low, generator's automatically going to come on and charge up the batteries. We're also going to want it when the climate control system needs power. So again, like I said, if you're dry camping, you need your AC to come on, cool the unit down. Let's see if you've got your animals sitting in the unit, and if you have any. And it's getting too hot in here for them. It'll sense the desired temperature that you want. Generator will click on. AC will come on. Bring down that temperature of the unit. Next page. Start the generator when the battery voltage is lower than 13 volts. That's the recommended. So if the batteries are getting below 13 volts, your generator is going to turn on, charge up your batteries. And it will run, if it's below that for more than 15 seconds. So you can change these times, but right now they're set to the recommended times. I'll just leave them there. Stop the generator when the battery voltage is greater than 14 volts. So if the generator has been kicked on, batteries get higher than 14 volts for 10 minutes, it will shut off. Next page. How long should the generator continue to run after all ACs meet the temperature set points? So if your AC has met the desired temperature you set, the generator is still going to run for 10 minutes, and then it'll cut off. If the generator turns on, 240 minutes is the maximum, but it says how long the generator is going to run continuously. So you can set that kind of yourself. If you don't want it to run for a couple hours like they have here, I doubt it will do that anyways, really. But you can have how long it'll run for continuously. Next page is quiet time. If you had a campsite and they have quiet times for your generator where you can't turn it on, you can set the times that they have. So let's say if it's from 7 to 7, you can do from 7 a.m. and stop the quiet time at 7 p.m. Whatever it is. Let's just say whatever time it is. It's most likely going to be overnight, but you can set those times from there. And then that finishes the page for the automatic generator start feature. Fire extinguisher down here. Let's step inside here. I'll let you go first. We'll close this door over. A little chilly out here. Close this over. All right. Starting up here. We got through that main control panel. We're going to walk this way a little bit. Got your countertop with your stainless steel sink cover as well. Put it on top to give yourself some extra counter space. Detachable hose here. You can change the flow of the water. Adjust your water from here. It's got hot and cold on here as well. If you want to come back over here, we're going to take a look up here. This is where your inverter is located, as well as your Truma Aquago setting for the water temperature. So your inverter, it's pretty much going to work automatically once you either turn on the batteries and turn on the generator. It's going to turn on, and it's going to be inverted the unit, so your outlets, you can get power to those, your microwave, anything that's going to use the inverter. If you're running off the batteries, and let's say you're not going to use the air conditioner or anything, you just want to get power to your outlets. You got some outlets laying around here, you want to plug something in, you can press the power button on this inverter, and it's going to bring power to those outlets. That's really the only time you're going to have to play with that button, turning it on and off. Other than that, you really won't have to touch it. We come back up here for your Truma Aquago system. Right now it's in the off position. So remember on the outside that you had that panel that we took off to turn it on. So if that's on, you can then rotate this around to turn on your Truma Aquago. You're going to get this little orange LED to let you know that the system is on. I'm going to turn this off because we don't have water in the system at the moment. You've got a couple modes up here. You've got eco mode, comfort mode. The bottom ones you really won't have to worry about. There's like an antifreeze type of mode and a clean mode. Clean mode for if you're servicing it, you can get that done. You'll want to worry about eco mode and comfort mode. A lot of people I know use eco mode. What it does is sets the, if you have it on and you're using the water, it'll go to 120 degrees. That's what your water temperature will be. Comfort mode. So eco, if you're not using hot water, the temperature will drop back down. It uses less of your heating elements to heat up the water. Comfort mode, it'll set the water at the same temperature, but it'll continuously kind of keep it at that temperature and not drop it down. So, you're going to be using more of your heating elements for the water. So it's going to use a little more of, either propane, electric, whatever it is, to keep the water heated. So, I recommend keeping it on eco, but you can do comfort as well, whichever you kind of desire. Coming down here, you've got your 2 outlets here. You've got some storage down below under here. Water pump is located down there at the bottom as well. Coming over here, we're going to take a look at your stovetop. 2 burner. It's got an igniter here. You'll see a little spark on either side. You're going to put this over the light, hit your spark, and your flame's going to be set. You can adjust the flame from there. We'll do the other side as well. Light, and adjust your flame. And turn them off when you're done. Make sure you're cooled off down here before you go ahead and put this back down. Up above, all of these cabinets have a positive locking mechanism here, so you push these in to lock it. You'll do that for traveling purposes so they don't open up on you. Push the button in, it'll open up. You're going to have your convection microwave down here below. Opens up. You can set your time for whatever you're making. Like I said, it's like a convection, so you can work like an oven as well. And cook your things in here. Make sure to check this one. Pleasure bag. All your goodies are going to be in here. All your owner's manuals. They give you a couple accessories in here as well. I would get familiar with the books in here, just kind of give you a better idea of everything. If you get stuck along the way, so you can check there as well. If you want to switch with me, I'm going to get back around here this side. Again, more storage. Up here, you are going to have your inflatable mattress that Pleasureway gives everybody back in here that you can lay across the front seats. You're going to have your window shades for the front windows. They give you these in a bag here as well. That'll fit to the front windows up there. Hiding back behind here, you're going to find more outlets, and you're going to find your solar controller. You're never really going to have to mess with this solar controller. Once your unit is on, this kind of just works by itself with your solar panels on the front. It'll let you know what the batteries are charged at. There's like a little level reader up here as well. Again, you really won't have to touch this. It's just there to control the solar power. You do have your Lagoon Table here as well that you can twist, rotate around. You can raise it as well. Think of it like those old day scooters where you can adjust them. For this, to tighten and loosen it up, you can tighten it, spin it around. You can take certain sections off, store it away. The main important part is for when you're making the bed, you'll just twist this bottom one, slide this out, store the table somewhere so that you can have your bed space back in here. Make sure I'm not missing anything else up around in this section. We went up in there. We've got more storage over here. More storage up in here. You're going to have your few remotes. You're going to have one for your TV. You're going to have a remote for your sound bar. You're going to have a remote for your Blu-ray player as well. Up above here, you're going to see some wires and controls. You're going to have your microwave reset. So if your microwave trips, hit the reset button. There's a fridge reset button over here as well. You have your wine guard booster up here. Your TV does detach. Let me see. You've got the black handle on this one here, where you can pull it down. The TV will swing out. You can twist it, rotate it, wherever you're sitting. It'll lock back into place. You're watching TV, you're somewhere, you're not hooked up to cable. You've got this on-off switch. Right now it's on, the green LED. It's a booster. So if you have it on, you'll be able to get whatever local channels are around, wherever you're at. So a nice feature to have. But again, if you're hooked up to cable, you can run the TV off the cable, get whatever channels are offered there as well. They're all plugged in up in here. Again, your Blu-ray player. Your sound bar, you can connect up to your TV, play the sound out through there. Just make sure I'm not missing anything else here. Got another one of these screens back over here. This is nice and conveniently located if you want to go to your settings page. And, we didn't do that on the other page. We didn't go through all this. So let's do that here. You've got another vent fan. That's for the fan that's up in the front as well. You can hit the button. It'll open up by itself. The fan will then click on. You can adjust the fan speed from here as well. Hit that button. It's going to close up then. You've got your awning for the outside. To extend and retract that, just hold the button down. Your awning will go all the way out. Sofa. We're going to extend the sofa. This is how you're going to make it into the sleeping position. Sofa's gonna lay flat. It's gonna connect with these two. Of course, like I said earlier, make sure that you move your table somewhere else. I'm gonna come back here and I'm gonna grab the two tabletops that you can see that fill in the middle here. Just get back in here. They're stored right back along here. I won't take them out. I'll leave them nice in there for you. But you're gonna have two separate toppers here. Where these are gonna go, you're gonna see you have a ledge that's right here, and then you've got a ledge right here on this side. Once your table's gone out the way, you'll put those two wooden pieces here, and your these side sofas will lay down flat on top of those. That's how you're gonna make your whole bed space back here. Once you're done, you can then put these back up. Again, both sides will lay down flat. You're gonna have a huge, big square space back here for your sleeping area. Once you're done, you'll take those two toppers out, store them back in there, put those back up into the seating position. And once you want to use your sofa again, you can hit the retract button. It's going to come right back up into the seating position. There's one more page on here. It's your settings page. On the last one, you can change your temperature to Fahrenheit, Celsius, adjust your screen brightness, screen settings. The screen will turn off after 15 minutes. You can, on the home screen, like we have here, you can adjust what you want to have there. Like the button 1 is a sofa, button 2 is the living lights, and the panel lights. You can adjust what you want on there. Diagnostics, this is going to be more for service, so they can see in here if anything is going wrong. You'll have certain lights, faults. It will let you know of any faults. You can adjust your time from here and let you know that we're in a Lexor. That is your panel back here. We're gonna head over and see the fridge over here. You might actually want to come around this way, please. Here's the fridge from here. Yeah. So opening up your fridge from here, you do have your freezer up top in here. Which way does this one open? Oh, there, on the side. Your fridge. You have a few options of how you want to run it. You can run it off either shore power if we're plugged in like we are now, which I would recommend. It would save your battery and save your propane. You know where you're running, you got the blue LED here. Your fridge is going to get cold. If you're not connected up to shore power, you're dry camping, boondocking, whatever you want to call it. God. Good. Where I was leaving off, I was saying if you're dry camping, you got plenty of battery power. You can run it off just your batteries as well. Let's say you're real low on battery, you're not hooked up to the plug, you can run it off propane. There's a little bit of extra to do with the propane as well. You've got this knob here and an igniter and a little tab up here with the white and green section. You're gonna, I guess it's over to the max now for the propane. You'll push this button in. They give you directions over here as well as to turn it on propane. Hit this button in, you're gonna hit the ignite button, and you're gonna see that orange tab is now over into the green section. That starts running the fridge off the propane then. Once you're done with the units or you're done with the fridge, you don't want it to be run off the propane anymore, you can just turn this all the way off, and then that's gonna switch back over. You can even just put it back over to the battery from there actually, and that'll turn it off the propane mode. So if you want to run it off propane, put it on the flame, push this button in, put it over to the max over here, push it in, hit your spark button a few times, and that orange tab will flip over to the green section. We're going to turn your fridge off since I'm not storing anything cold in here right now. Your furnace is down here below. This is where your heat comes out of. You'll have a couple vents around as well. Carbon monoxide detector down below. Outlets down here. You do have your breaker box down here below. So many of those get tripped. They tell you what it's for. Down below the microwave, I forgot to mention, you've got a nice big storage bin here. We're gonna open up the bathroom. Okay, I'll just take this from here. What am I grabbing? Looking into your bathroom here, you've got your toilet. It's got a foot flush. Hit that. down everything will go. There'll be water that circulates through there. You've got some storage down below in here. Stainless steel sink, hot cold water. You have a see which way this one opens. Oh, it's gonna be this way. Medicine cabinet here. Little towel holder. Your handheld shower right here. You'll have a curtain in here as well that will slide across the rails up here. Your window does have a drop down shade. Another towel rack up there. Your drain down there below. It's your bathroom space. Hand you back off here again. Let me just make sure we didn't miss anything else in here. So we know about the 2 extra pieces to make your bed. Hanging space up above. These racks pull from the bottom. Pull them from the top there. Store some things down in there. You've got storage up above in here as well if you want to store some things. Smoke detectors up here. I'm gonna grab our key. Let's take a look at the chassis while we're up here as well. Your key, you have a locked, unlock button. That's for the chassis doors. This motorhome unlock button is for the section back behind me. So like your side door and your rear doors as well. That'll unlock those. Start your engine, you'll flip your key up, foot on the brake, put your key in, start it up. These seats do swivel. Let's see. So you see the corner here? This corner actually lifts up of this seat. So when you lift that corner up, you'll be able to swivel your seat around. You'll probably have to move yourself forward a little bit, and you can swivel around and then face this way. This seat will do the exact same thing. You'll pull the corner up and your seat will swivel around. The other side corner will also lift up. That's going to be for your backrest to adjust it. So don't forget these 2 corners. They are operational. Underneath down below there's just a handle, you know, to push yourself back and forth. You can see over here you've got an unlock button as well. You've got your window controls, your mirrors to fold them in and out. You can adjust your mirrors from here as well. This front knob, you can adjust them to be able to see better from there. Pretty much standard chassis up here in the front. You know, your windshield wipers, indicators. You can mute your music, adjust the volume, phone controls. We'll turn on the power for stereo system here. You do have your radio, except all these. Radio where you can tune everything from here. Adjust your audio controls as well, you know, for your speakers. Media controls, you can connect your phone.
God.
Alright, coming back up here to your radio features. So we powered it on. You've got your radio controls from tuning through your radio stations. Your audio settings as well, where you can adjust your speaker settings. Your media, if you were connected to your phone, you could hit that and run it off your phone. Navigation button you have on here as well, so that you can use your navigation, plug in a destination, that'll work for you. If you hit the phone button here, that's where you can connect your phone. Just hit yes, go to your Bluetooth on your phone, and you'll be able to connect from there. If you hit the more button, it just gives you some more features like your outside temperature, your clock. You can pull up your rear camera and have that up. Hit the X, you can pull up a compass, and there's also a trip, and connect to the device from there. Hit more, you've just got some outside temperature readings, a clock. You can pull up your rear camera from here. You've got a compass and your trip reader as well. That's radio. Climate controls for the chassis are up here. You can adjust your fan speed, your temperature if you want it hot or cold. Push it for the AC if you're over to the cold. And then adjust where you want your air to be coming out from. You got some lights for the front, hazard lights, door lock, USB ports here, 12 volts. Plenty of cup holders down below. Got your glove box, storage in the doors. You got cup holders in your doors. Coming up above, you got a couple lights as well. Overhead lights to turn them both on and off. Get down the middle. Visors that pull down, a little bit more storage up above here as well. This seat functions the same as this one in terms of being able to swivel around, rotating the seat back and forth. Adjustable arms here as well. Your e-brake you won't really be able to see, but just know it is over here on your left side. There's a button. Pull it up. Your gear shifter, just park, reverse, neutral, drive. Got an auxiliary port and USB port down in here as well. It's a little bit hidden. Your chassis instructions, actually no, that's going to be your plate holder. Your chassis instructions will all be down there, and that pretty much does it for the chassis portion. It's pretty straightforward. And that pretty much does it for your whole pleasure wave. If you do have any questions, feel free to give me a call, email anytime, and I will be glad to help.